When the economy crashes, will you have enough silver to survive? Good evening, folks, and welcome back to another episode of Silver Dad Knows. Remember, always live with no edits. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button now, as you're going to like what I'm about to say. So, just to start off this episode, I do want to present to you an 1890 Silver Morgan. And haven't shown this year in particular, I think since July. So it has been a good couple months since I presented it. I like to always show every next year. My oldest one is an 1879, and of course I've gone up from there. But very, very special piece right here. These 1890s. This one was actually gifted to me from my grandmother, my son's great grandmother, and she's still alive, God bless her. But this is a piece I will definitely not be selling in my lifetime. I plan on giving it to my children, grandchildren, but it's definitely not going to be used by me. At least that's not the plan. The 1890 Morgan dollar was struck in 90% fine silver over 130 years ago at the main U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, the birthplace of American coinage. The first U.S. coins were struck in Philadelphia in 1793 during the presidency of George Washington. So that's how far back this goes. I mean, that's since the beginning of America. You know, it's the birth of America, and that's where these were being produced. While the historic 1890 Morgan silver dollar was being produced, the 1890 Sherman Silver Purchase Act was signed, assuring the continued coinage of Morgan silver dollars. The Philadelphia Mint struck 17 million Morgan dollars in 1890. At least almost 17 million. It was like 16.8, 16.9 million to be exact. A Morgan dollar from 1890 in circulated condition is worth between $40 and $63. However, on the open market, 1890 silver dollars in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $15,000. Imagine that. In pristine, perfect condition, 15 grand. If only you knew what you had. I reckon somebody with a pristine, uncirculated silver Morgan, they're going to know what they have. It's not going to be by chance. As I reflect on the growing challenges facing small businesses today, it's clear that we're standing on the edge of a financial cliff. The data is staggering. Millions of small businesses across the U.S. are struggling just to keep the lights on. Many can't afford to pay rent, keep up with payroll, or maintain their lines of credit, all while banks are tightening their grip, lowering credit limits to minimize risk. It's a perfect storm, one that's set to leave 62 million Americans out of work if things don't turn around quickly. And the signs are clear. Many businesses are opting for bankruptcy rather than trying to stay afloat any longer. Again, I have very, very close people to me. These last 3-4 years, I've seen a good amount of people go through it, and people went into business ventures, and like most, it went south. And it's been a learning lesson for me, because this economy is no joke. If you want to get into the market, you need to have some serious cash. You want to get into real estate. You want to be flipping homes. You want to just be setting yourself up like people did before. It's become a lot more challenging and a lot more risky. This looming crisis, particularly with $1.5 trillion in commercial real estate that must be refinanced by early 2025, this could be the tipping point. The Federal Reserve's handling of interest rates will be a huge factor in determining whether we experience an economic collapse or a soft landing. However, if rates don't drop first, Many businesses will be unable to keep up with the cost of operations, leaving a cascade of vacant commercial properties and bankruptcies in their wake. And I'm seeing it already happen in real time. People that I know personally. The financial dominoes are lined up, and when they fall, there will be opportunities for those who are prepared. In times of economic uncertainty, silver has always proven to be a solid hedge against inflation and instability. I mean, time after time after time after time, it's like gold. And I talk to some of the smartest people who have, millionaires, and they'll buy silver from me, and they'll always say, this is the real money right here. This is the real money. This is something that I can hold. This is something that I can see. It's not like my digital Chase savings that I might have 100 grand in, 150 grand in. That's a lot of money. Gone. And there's people from 2008, gone. Millions, gone. One of my customers who had $1 million in lumens. This was when the crash happened. This was probably 2.5 years ago, give or take 3 years ago. And yeah, he lost $1 million. Crazy. I mean, somebody could have that much money and lose it. But it's very, very, very real. With the dollar weakening and more people looking for ways to protect their wealth, silver, gold, they stand out as they're tangible assets with real value. They're a resource that provides financial security when everything else seems to be collapsing. And remember, I have gold. I'll be showing that some gold in one of my upcoming videos for sure. But it's crucial that you understand we are heading into a period where cash, credit, and traditional investments will no longer be safe. In a sense, they already aren't. But silver, with its historical track record and increasing demand, is positioned to perform incredibly, stupidly well. Whether you're stacking silver now or just starting, this is the moment to act. Waiting until the crisis hits means missing out on opportunities to buy at drastically lower prices. Somebody commented earlier today on one of my videos, they said, it hitting $100 spot, even that's low, even that's cheap when silver hits $100 spot. And I agree wholeheartedly with that statement. As businesses falter and banks tighten their belts, those who have taken the proper steps to protect their financial future will be the ones in a position to take advantage of these challenges. Whether that means buying distressed assets or simply protecting your purchasing power, now is the time to prepare. Yesterday, silver is not just an investment. It's a safeguard against the economic storms brewing right in front of us. But folks, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Silver Dad Knows. God bless you. God bless your household. And God bless America.